I'm Sarah, I'm from Tafwa, and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Freddy, I'm from Tonga. I listen to Mario on the traffic jam every afternoon.
Hi, my name is Salah, I live in Asinu. Today FM rocks.
My name is Denasa and I'm from Lutoka and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Mulamila, I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Today FM, it rocks in Raki.
I'm Mary from Mandera. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
We love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate and this is FBC News. Tonight, murder accused arrested in India after 7 years on the run. Revised laws for Fiji launched and nurses need upskilling. A 7-year-old murder case is back in court today after the suspect was arrested and recharged by police. Imshad Israel Ali, a former pilot, was extradited from New Delhi, India, where he had been in hiding since fleeing from Fiji. Shireen Shivan with the story.
Imshad Israel Ali is alleged to have murdered his partner Rajeshni Sharma in November 2009 at their Howard Road home in Suva. He was charged with murder at that time but sought leave for medical treatment overseas in 2011. He then absconded bail. The case was dismissed due to the inability to execute a long-standing search warrant. The Fiji police force, through the partnership of the Indian government as well as Interpol, was able to bring about the arrest of the accused in India. Ali was then escorted back to Suva by a senior officer of the Fiji police force. In court this afternoon, Ali's lawyer Patrick Kumar asked for bail, saying Ali had just arrived Fiji and is medically unfit due to kidney problems. Magistrate Makareta Mua gave the defense lawyer 3 days to file formal application and 3 days thereafter for prosecution to respond. The matter has been adjourned to 15th December and Ali has been remanded in custody. Shireen Shivan, FBC News.
The laws of Fiji have been revised, consolidated and published into volumes of law after a lapse of 31 years. The revised edition of the Laws of Fiji was launched this morning at the Attorney General's Conference at Nathandola in Singatoka. Ellen Stolz has the story.
It was a momentous occasion. The Attorney General, Aya Said Qayyum, says the revised edition of the laws aligns with the government's objective to provide equality and justice to all Fijians by providing access to the law.
The lack of consolidated laws for the last 31 years has resulted in time-consuming legal research, incorrect referencing of laws, and incorrect legal analysis. But the availability of the revised laws is not just for the benefit of the legal fraternity, it is for all Fijians.
The edition also includes all 2016 Acts of Parliament and all regulations and bylaws of the different municipalities across Fiji. Said Qayyum says it's also crucial to note that these laws will be updated on an annual basis. The laws are kept in binders so that when a piece of legislation is amended, the old page is thrown out and replaced with a new.
But mentoring is also needed in matters of practice management, suitable personal conduct, conflict of interest, difficulties with clients when they change their instructions or worse, their evidence, and where difficulties arise in court. Older members, therefore, I urge you to be ready to guide your juniors with sympathetic and respectful mentoring.
It took 18 months to fully revise, draft, compile and publish the revised laws. And the Attorney General also took time out to thank the personnel who have worked hard on the project. Ellen Stolz, FBC News.
Teachers are being asked to submit evidence of any action taken by the now disbanded Disciplinary Services Board of the Education Ministry. Fiji Teachers Union General Secretary Agni Deo Singh says up to 400 teachers were penalised when the board was active over a 12-month period. Maggie Boyle tells us more.
calling for a full acquittal. Agni Dev Singh says a clean slate should be offered to teachers, or in the least a fair hearing.
Natural justice requires that somebody investigates, some authority charges, and there is an independent body that hears the case. And then there is right of representation. All these factors were missing.
The disbanding of the Disciplinary Services Board last month has been replaced with the Public Service Disciplinary Tribunal, which for the first time will be administered by sitting magistrates. President of the Fiji Teachers Association, Ngana Halafaki, told FBC News that the many changes in the ministry needs to be reviewed. According to Singh, teachers will soon be called on to submit evidence of any action taken against them.
The Minister for Public Services also advised us that tomorrow's Fiji Sun will carry an advertisement which will invite all those who have been affected by this board to send in all their, or submit all their documents, the charges and the punishment and any other information that they would like to the Solicitor General's office, so that appropriate action can be taken.
Education Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy declined to comment on the issue, only saying that this was a separate and independent process and that they were letting it take its course. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
A vital role in delivering effective healthcare services and treatment to the public. Minister for Health and Medical Services Rosie Akbar says nurses still need training to be more skilled in areas of proper assessment, prevention and management, especially of foot complications. Kelly Vadala reports.
Minister Akbar says nurses represent a huge part of the health ministry as they deal with human lives every day and are expected to give people the utmost care.
They are the first focal, the contact people for patients who enter our health centers and hospitals. These nurses are our contact persons to them. And I've said that nurses are the face of my ministry. So at this point of time, I'd also like to plead to all the nurses that are involved within this area as well, to ensure that our clients that enter our hospital get the best advice, the best service and the best treatment.
The Australian government has been working together with the Fiji Health Sector Support Program in making sure local nurses get the best training in some of the areas of public health, especially those associated with diabetes.
Our Health Support Sector Program, the Australian government has supported training of 377 public health nurses to carry out effective assessment, prevention and management of foot complications.
99 students graduated from the TISI School of Nursing in Lambasa this year. 91 were conferred a degree in nursing, while 8 earned postgrad diplomas as nursing practitioners. Kelly Pavala, FBC News.
Coming up on FBC News, Fiji marks Anti-Corruption Day. And Bill English will be New Zealand's new Prime Minister. Stay with us.
My name is Siobhan. I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Mirchi FM क्योंकि Mirchi FM is #1 in music. Mirchi FM is hot.
I am सुरेश चंद वैतुरी नसूरी से बोलता हूँ। जैसे आँख खुलती है मिर्ची FM मुझे मस्त कर देती है।
Hi, I'm Viren from Zambula. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Rizwan Khan.
Hi, and my name is Mohammed Sufyan.
Batu Bahe,
and Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Vishal Maharaj. I'm working for Nasintan Council as a market master. I love listening to Mirchi FM.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. As Fiji observed International Anti-Corruption Day with the rest of the world today, the Fiji Independent Commission Against Corruption stressed that corruption hinders economic development, damages private sector integrity, and draws off the finances intended to reduce poverty. The Commission is having a 7-day roadshow in the Western, Northern and Central Eastern Division of the country. Spokesperson Nandini Vandana says they're using this time to take their services and products to the communities. They also want people to understand the Commission's anti-corruption initiatives and to empower individuals to say no to corruption. With the IACD 2016 theme, Enhancing National Cooperation in Combating Corruption, it is hoped that this encourages all sectors of the community to practice values of good governance, transparency, integrity, and accountability. Youths in Fiji need to consider farming as a viable option. A policy committee workshop in Suva is discussing the various challenges faced by the younger generation. Permanent Secretary Alison Burchell says the rural-urban drift is seeing more youths leaving their homes and farms.
A lot of people feel that being a farmer is not a profession, whereas it is in fact. And we need to market that and perhaps make it a little bit more sexy and attractive to young people, so that we can make sure that the people with the skills in agriculture are staying in the rural areas so that they can make that contribution.
Bill English will be New Zealand's new Prime Minister following John Key's resignation earlier this week. More national MPs are confirming their support for English, and the race is now on for the Deputy Prime Minister. Another fantastic long weekend to look forward to. Jamie's here to give us an update on the latest in sports.
Nakazaki, and good evening. Coming up, 2 changes in Fiji Sevens team for this weekend. And major plans revealed for Sports Council developments. Stay with us for this and more.
Rabu from Batam. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
I'm Sela Sadakau from Vatukola. I only listen to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Golaganaka, I'm Vale and I'm working at Golden Point Resort, and I love listening to Gold FM because it plays a really wide range of classic hit music.
I'm Saini Sakio from Kashmir Wotoka. I like Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Interim Vodafone Fiji Sevens coach Nathaniel Mbuka has named the strong 12-member squad for the Cape Town Sevens. Joshua Vivi and Emosi Mulevoro have made the cut into the final 12 after missing the Dubai Sevens last weekend. The core of the team remains unchanged, led by captain Ose Kolinisau. Mbuka has named Nemani Nangusa as the 13th player who comes as a replacement for any injuries in the team, while halfback Waisiana Dungu has missed selection due to an injury he sustained last week.
Even though he trained this week, he's still recovering from an injury that he sustained last week in the final against South Africa. So Waisi has played well in the Oceania Sevens and also Dubai last week, and we're giving him the opportunity just to recover from this injury.
And while the team is targeting to take over the #1 spot on the series at the completion of the Cape Town tournament, they will not focus too far ahead but take each game as it comes. The loss to South Africa in the Dubai final was a bitter pill to swallow, and the team will be out to redeem itself this weekend. Rohit Deo reports.
The Fiji Sevens team will be eyeing to get back on top in Cape Town this week. Coach Nathaniel Mbuka says training this week has gone smoothly and the team is ready.
The training week has gone really well, and all 14 players have trained well and competed for the final 12 spots for the final tournament of this year, 2016.
Big call. Mbuka adds that they are not looking further ahead than their first match against Japan. He says that the Olympic semi-finalists will not be an easy team to beat, and his team will need to take an early lead in the game.
For us, we will have to come into that first pool game ready and play our A game. And just be mindful that should we slip up, then Japan will take advantage. They've got a young team and they've got some really good players in their team.
One of the great sides in rugby. There will be no opportunity for laxity, and the team knows it.
For us, really, it's going to be game by game. We will have a look at Japan first, and after we finish that job, then we will go on to Kenya and then to France. There is no opportunity for us, and we're taking no chances of looking further to the quarterfinals.
Meanwhile, out on the streets, as usual, all eyes will be glued to television sets for another weekend.
I believe Fiji can do it again. If they can show it to the world that they won the Rio and coming up as the second best in Dubai, I believe they still have a chance to win the game.
The Cape Town Sevens, always, South Africa's been a very challenging tournament for us, but I'm sure, after getting back on the circuit last week after the Rio Olympics, the team will really be looking to turn that around and put in a top performance this weekend.
Fiji kicks off its Cape Town campaign against Japan at 11:05 p.m. tomorrow. They then take on Kenya at 2:06 a.m. on Sunday before playing France in the last pool game at 6:12 a.m. You can watch the entire tournament live on FPC TV.
Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
The Cook Islands are out of contention for a spot at the Under-20 World Rugby Trophy Challenge and have left Fiji and Tonga to battle it out for top honours in the Oceania Trophy Challenge tomorrow. So far in the competition, both teams have easily accounted for the Cook Islands, Fiji beating them 50 points to 3, while Tonga also racked up 50 points to the Cooks 12. Tomorrow's winner will qualify for the World Rugby Trophy Challenge, where teams will fight for a spot to play in the World Under-20 Championship, where Fiji last competed in 2014.
It will be a lot of pressure for us, especially playing in our ground. But the boys have been managing so far, and they really can do us country proud tomorrow.
The Fiji-Tonga match kicks off at 3 p.m. tomorrow at Suva ZNZ Stadium. The Fiji Sports Council has announced Peter Rankin as the master planner of a new infrastructure development project in Laucala Bay. The development will include a hotel and multi-purpose complex along with new sporting facilities and a sports academy. Rankin, who designed the newly renovated Albert Park, has been given 3 months to draft a plan for 15 acres of land set aside for the project. Meli Tavanga has the story.
The Fiji Sports Council has identified areas in Laucala for the new development. With a hotel and multi-purpose complex centered in one area, it will provide convenience for international teams.
We see it in the Super Rugby tournament where you can't get accommodation from Nandi to Suva or around Raki as well. So we're going to be part of that, and for Sports Council to be able to offer better sporting facilities, better prices.
Messi says Suva needs more accommodation to meet the high demand in sports tourism.
We speak, we've got 3 international tournaments on. In fact, we've got 4, because we've got the Oceania basketball, the AFL tournament, Oceania AFL, we've got the Oceania hockey, and we've got the rugby on. Now, when you talk to the hoteliers and the people around Suva, this is the best November they've ever had.
Fiji Sports Council Chief Executive Litiana Lombuka says there's a real need for the development.
The pleasure of hosting 9 Oceania tournaments here at the Fiji Sports Council this year alone, and 1 Super Rugby match and 1 Melanesian game, and we also have had the pleasure of hosting the Fiji Football IDC tournament here. And all of these competitions and tournaments require a lot of accommodation.
Master Planner Director AAPI Designer Peter Rankin says they will develop a step-by-step plans for the project.
In that master plan, we will highlight which projects within that master plan will occur and when, and how they will be funded as well along the way. Yeah. Ideally, a lot of cash flow.
Constructions of the multi-purpose sports complex in Laucala will commence once the final plan is approved. The Fiji Sports Council is looking at investing $100 million for the new development. Meli Tawanga, FBC Sports.
The Fiji Under-18 men's and women's basketball teams are out of contention for a spot in the Under-19 World Championships. The men's team losing to Australia 85-31, while the women's team also lost to Australia 122-8. The Fiji men's team went on to lose to Samoa 61-57 in the Division B playoff this morning, while the women's team defeated Tahiti 65-35 in their Division B playoff. Oceania champions Auckland City have bowed out in the first round of the FIFA Club World Cup in Japan. Global bookmakers are tipping Kiwi boxer Joseph Parker as heavy favourite for tomorrow's WBO title fight. That's it from sports this evening. It's back to Jackie now with business.
The Fiji National Provident Fund has warned that employers who continue to deposit employees' FMPF contributions directly into the fund's bank accounts without submitting the contribution schedule forms will be fined. The employers can be fined up to $5,000, which will come into effect on the 1st of January. The warning follows revelations by Chief Operating Officer Chochi Koroi. He says a total of $3 million has been deposited by employers into the fund's bank accounts without the required CS forms. This means this money has not been distributed to members' accounts. The CS forms contain information such as FMPF numbers, members' names, and their respective contribution amounts, which are vital in order to accurately post funds to members' individual accounts. The weather was changeable and mild as most areas of Fiji experienced cloudy intervals with a few showers. Nadi and Lautoka were the warmest centres, recording 33 degrees. The rest trailed in the lower 30s. For tomorrow, some heavy spells of rain are expected in the eastern areas of Fiji, accompanied by thunderstorms. And looking further to the weekend, the prospects of a showery Sunday is high in most locations of the country. At sea, east to southeast winds 15 to 20 knots, moderate to rough seas. Recapping the main stories for tonight, murder accused arrested in India after 7 years on the run. The laws of Fiji have been revised, consolidated and published into volumes of law after a lapse of 31 years. And new inclusions in the 12-member Fiji squad for Cape Town Sevens. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. Now to our poll question. This week we are asking, is Fiji capable of hosting the World Sevens Series? To answer, visit our FBC website. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was FBC News for tonight, and don't forget to catch all the action from the Cape Town Sevens live on FBC TV from 9:15 p.m. tomorrow, as well as Fiji's first match against Japan at 11:05 p.m. That's something to look forward to. From the team and I, have a safe and enjoyable long weekend. Nimo Demanda.
Nimbula binak, merdan go lepani, luknitang, ando talitak na varong, and a radio Fiji 1, ando may biti na bonga ni Benian.
Sada labina, viada go elenani, weningolo, uga tormena goroi sasa, labing gotang otake ngidau mata, mantola biana radio Fiji 1, atau gawano ngatiana news.
Ni sampula na elango apini sarat mai koro na kasi, au do vagarong na radio Fiji 1 bonga ni Benian.
Na Radio Fiji 1 nandu mai viti na bonga ni Benian.